Hey, Steve!
Okay, let's finish the story.
But I want to say hi to Steve.
You just
I haven't seen
You
him.
haven't seen him for 1 millisecond.
He worries.
Okay, please. Finish your story, because I have a question for you.
Oh, you have it regarding
Yes.
the story? Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the game.
Okay.
I'm, you know that thing that we were doing, and I'm just like talking to talk. Sorry, I'm going to complete. Okay, I'll
This
continue.
is what I'm saying. Is would you like me to play this while you tell the story?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. Okay,
Hey, you have, you know.
Any time now, Swanberg.
I have set a timer, except I
Oh, is that like attached to it? Oh, sorry, I'm just learning things about the HD edition that's not in my item set, which is really quite nice. Okay, you don't have to lean in that close. I get it. You want me to tell the story. She like stuck her nose basically in my ear. She's trying to get me to tell the story. So they're.
Oh my god.
Oh, I totally just whacked you in the knee, and it totally hurt my elbow.
That hurt you a lot more than it hurt me.
Yeah, that hurt a lot. That was right in my
would you like
funny
me to go
bone.
make some food while you tell your story?
Why? Why are you making food? So.
I'm getting water, you're just taking it while you tell me.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. We just had dinner. We're going to have breakfast while I'm doing this. Anyway, I'm going on this this thing. Oh, I was really young to do this, so but I was still like a kind of a really tall dude.
You don't want to give your age?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because like you're doing a lot of things to make it a lot more confusing.
Oh no, I don't care about that. People can know how old I am. I don't give a crap. I'm 20 years old, but I like.
Well, how old were you when you went?
I think I was 4. No. It was the year before high school. So I was still in middle. It was literally like I was going to be in high school.
Like 14 then?
Yeah. So I was 14 or 15 or whatever that is. I don't know the. I'm always terrible at what age is what grade. Mm-hmm. So it was the year before high school, basically. And most of these people who are doing this are all like in high school. But it's a very like kind of, I guess, prestigious type of thing, because some of these people pay once again, they pay like $3,000 to go do this. So they're spending all this morning. Good morning. They're spending all this money to go do this, and they have me do this. I'm quite young, and everyone else is like in high school, and they're I guess they've known a whole lot more, so it was like really like they were all like a lot older and stuff like that. So a lot of the guys were just a lot I guess like really older, and they were talking about like a lot of stuff that like some of them were really into drinking. And before high school, I was like a super nerdy religious kid and stuff like that. So funnily enough is whenever you had break time, you could just do whatever you want. So I would always try and sleep as much as I possibly can, but sometimes they won't let you sleep because things are going on in the kitchen. They just won't let you sleep, and that's where the guy's room was. So you're not allowed to do that. And so what I would do is instead of hanging out like I try and hang out with the dudes and stuff, and there's one or two there's 2 other kids. They're actually twin brothers who are my age, and one of the twins was my anchor watch buddy, which basically meant like we spent a whole lot of time together. So he was like my one friend, but he was also like he was from Atlanta, and he was like very it's really hard to say, because like a lot of these kids who go don't like they all really want to go, and like a lot of them were like super into sailing and are like sailing clubs and stuff like that, do like 1-person sailing races and all this crazy stuff. And I've never done like the most I've done is like power boating and like crabbing or fishing with my uncle, and like all this stuff is like new to me, so I had very little in common with a lot of people. So for the most part is I would talk or whatever, and one other guy played football, and I played football for years, so there's like one dude I got along with really well, and everyone else, like basically some of the kids like were forced to go because it was a religious thing, and they thought it would steer them straight. I don't know why. anyway, so it was like a really weird group of people because some people were really religious too and stuff like that. But basically, what I ended up doing is all the girls would do like arts and crafts, or there's like fishing. And I was way too tired to fish, and so half the time I would just sit and do arts and crafts. And the funny thing is because I ran a lot of youth activities, youth camps as a young person, I'm very good at yarn and hemp work and doing braids and stuff like that, and making lots of arts and crafts, which is really weird. And the gay comments are going to come even more now. So I would funnily enough, I would just do these things, and then all the girls would want me to teach them. So it ended up being like the entire trip, all I was doing was just like hanging out with like 13 girls, and it was like just me. And at the time, I was just a nerdy, awkward, like religious boy. So I think you need a piece of heart over here, if memory serves. Sorry. So it was quite an interesting thing. So, but basically, one of the funniest things is I'm all sleep deprived and we're all making all this other stuff, and all the guys started to like me because obviously I was hanging out with all the girls and stuff like that. So I got to know them better. But it was like a really weird experience because it was like such a long time. It was only like 2 weeks, but it felt like an eternity, and I was always so tired the entire time. I barely remember anything. Just remember always being tired. But they did this one thing where it was like a secret Santa exchange. Like at the end of like right before we're all coming back, we all exchange, pick at someone out of the hat and have to give them a mystery gift. And the best thing is every night before you went to bed, you'd all gather in the dining hall, and in the dining hall you would tell stories and sing songs and do this all like weird like bonding stuff. Oh god. And so I made this quite extravagant choker for this one dude who, for whatever reason, wore a lot of chokers. He was kind of like a surfer dude, and it was really funny because when you do the exchange, you have to guess who did it. Oh crap! You have to guess who did it, and he guessed literally as soon as it came up, because all the girls knew that I made it, because obviously it took me like 3 days to make this thing. So the first thing she said, they were like, you know, who made this? And he picked every single one of the girls, and then he's like, well, I just have no idea. And then so I like stood up, and it was really quite embarrassing. So it was a really weird kind of like churchy experience, because you also went on a lot of hikes and stuff like that, and like a hot spring, which was kind of fun. Which hot springs, weirdly enough, smell like sulfur and are kind of gross.
Mm-hmm. They're gross.
Yeah, they are really gross, which is kind of no fun at all. But that was my experience with sailing is a tall ship. I mean, I made a lot of really good friends and stuff like that, and they're people from like all over. But I think I have to get 30. I don't remember how many I have to get. But yeah, it was really weird, and I just remember feeling just sweaty and hot and gross and tired all the time. So whenever I think of sailing, I just think of being hot, sweaty, and gross.
Is that your story?
I don't know. There's a bunch of weird other stories, but I'm like too distracted to remember them all. I have to think of some sailing stories.
So that was the point, was that you made a dude a necklace?
Well, no. I was just saying it reminds me of being hot and sweaty and smelly is basically what I think of when I think of sailing. So all I can think of is Link, because I never see him shower, just being hot and gross and smelly.
Link being hot?
Gross and smelly, yeah, because like, I don't know, he never showers.
Well, if you watch the sunset, because time passes when you're actually on the water, he could be out there for months.
That's what I mean, is it's like I was only out there for 2 weeks and I felt gross, and it's like, how long has he been out there for?
The only thing I've ever thought of in a video game, if it's like realistic, is where do they go to the bathroom? That's the one thing I've ever thought of.
Well, and he's an adventurer. I'm assuming he just pees off the side of the king.
Well, no, off the side of the king.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like because I know Sims is the only game that you go to the bathroom in, but like even like BioShock Infinite, you know, like especially BioShock Infinite, you're with Elizabeth the whole time, You can see her, like...
Yeah.
Every single second.
Yeah.
And she never does anything. Besides, she doesn't eat.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything. She just finds you money and throws it at you.
That's very true. That is all she does.
You eat a lot, though, in that game.
You do, yeah,
you can eat as much as you want. About your boat story, do you remember who ran it?
No, I don't. Why?
Was it a family?
No, I don't think it was a family. Well, I do know that he did have, the captain had 2 kids because one of the kids was with us. And I remember he went sailing with them all the time.
Remember his name?
No, I do not. Why?
Because at my old school, there was a very, very religious family that had a son and some other children, and they ran a boat that they would take kids sailing out on.
I don't know. It was like I said, it was a company. They had 2 boats because halfway through the trip, we met up with the other boat, which actually legitimately looked like a pirate ship. Ours just looked like a big ass boat. Theirs legitimately looked like a pirate ship, and it was a little bit smaller. So I didn't know that that's what was happening. So when the other boat, for half a second, I was like, "Oh my god, it's real!"
You jump off the side and then just calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm done with this. I can't do this. I remember doing this on the GameCube for an hour and getting it, but I'm done. I'm gonna go see the stupid prince.
I'm done.
I am so done with this! Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an event.
What was an event?
Your story.
Well, because I was distracted. I wasn't really
know.
paying attention, and I kind of meandered and started talking about things that don't matter. So I wasn't really... I have a feeling, okay, more. Okay, way to be supportive.
It's a good story.
Uh-huh.
I learned a lot.
You learned a lot of that. I used to be a weird religious kid.
Well, I kind of knew that, but I thought it was forced. How come this never works? Okay.
I don't know. My mother was very religious, which is weird because if looking at my family now and me now, you never know. You've just given me a lot of pats on the shoulder. I feel kind of awkward now.